Instead, we'll look at the players taking a knee before the start of the match. Mainly applause. I think I did detect one or two boos in there as well. And there is the whistle, and a brand new season begins here at Stamford Bridge. So the Chelsea line-up: A.Disasi, Thiago Silva and Colwell, Reece James as the right wing back, Chilwell on the left, Fernandes and Gallagher, it seems, as the two central players, Chukwuemeka, Sterling and Nicholas Jackson. And Liverpool with Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk and Robertson. Very familiar defence. Be interesting to see how much Alexander-Arnold gets himself forward and whether he plays occasionally in the midfield position, as he did towards the end of last season with good effect. McAllister and Szoboszlai, and then Salah, Jota, Diaz and Gakpo. And already, Matt, we're seeing a lot of movement from those three. Salah, Sterling now with a bit of space, through to Enzo Fernandez. Shot is blocked by a sliding Konate, who went to ground but slid perfectly. Perfect timing from the central defender into the path of the Enzo Fernandez shot.
He started the game well, Konate.
He has, but now Gakpo is looking to get onto this. He's away from Gallagher from the angle, plays it back, and he played it behind Salah. Salah, though, still in on it. Curls, hits the bar, and the ball bounces up and over and into the lower tier of the Matthew Harding stand. Well, Gakpo, I felt he was almost one-on-one with the goalkeeper and decided to pass it behind Salah on the edge of the area, who did well to make something out of that.
Bizarre. I mean, we did call it as an open game, John, I will say, because neither team are settled, certainly not in terms of shape and defensively. And we're seeing this in the opening 12 minutes or so. I mean, it's a lovely effort from Salah with that curling right foot, just clips the joint of the post and the crossbar right in that top corner and skims over. But it really should have been a better pass from Gakpo. If it had been a quality ball, you're sure that Salah would have just had a simple roll it into one of the corners, and it's 1-0 Liverpool.
Since he's been a Liverpool player, Mo Salah has always scored in the first Premier League match of the season. 6 seasons, he's always scored. A little bit like I was watching Callum Wilson yesterday, who has always scored for Newcastle in the first match of the season and did so yesterday. Well, you and I have been fortunate, haven't we, to see Dominik Szoboszlai on a number of occasions, certainly playing for Hungary. I suspect you might have seen him live for RB Leipzig as well.
Yeah,
he is a talented player, really talented.
Well, we always enjoy the Hungary matches, John, don't we?
Yes, he hasn't got Soloy and Salah anymore.
Szoboszlai?
It's just Szoboszlai these days. Watching him, here's Salah. Salah now on the right-hand side, running it. Colwell. Oh, what a pass! Oh, and what a finish! L.Diaz sliding in, but the creation from Salah. You won't see many better passes than that all season. And Diaz was on the end of it, sliding in foot first. Chelsea 0, Liverpool 1, and that's an early setback for Mauricio Pochettino, but that is just what Jurgen Klopp wanted to see.
Wow, that's just power football for me. Direct, decisive. It's with Alisson, gets played out, couple of little passes in the midfield. And I think it's McAllister, just sees a little dink into Salah's feet, and once he's faced up with Levi Colwell, he just gets inside, and this pass is just exquisite. It's got a channel of about a metre, maybe less than a metre of accuracy to hit that in terms of the width of where that pass can thread through. It goes diagonally between Colwell, Thiago Silva and the wrong side of A.Disasi for a sliding Diaz just at the far post. Any kind of solid contact on this ball which he gets, he just steers it past Robert Sanchez in goal. But what an exquisite pass from Mo Salah. Absolutely world-class piece of play.
And well finished actually by Diaz as well. As I say, he's had his injury problems last season, but he's scored pre-season. In fact, all of the Liverpool forwards have been scoring goals pre-season, and he's brought that into when it actually matters and made it Chelsea 0, Liverpool 1. And that's the first goal in 5 matches involving these two clubs. With the extra time in the 2 finals of 2022, it's something around 500 minutes of football, and finally they've produced a goal. Well, yes, Eddie Howe was talking to us about that last night. how he'd worked it between him and Jason Tyndall.
Okay, yeah, one at a time.
Yeah.
Is there a cue?
He almost said they'd been practicing it. He didn't say that. But here is Alexander-Arnold in midfield. Alexander-Arnold's pass, it's through to Salah. He's one-on-one with Sanchez, and of course Salah scores. It's 2-0 to Liverpool. And Mohamed Salah continues his record of always scoring in the first Premier League match of the season for Liverpool. 2-0 now. It's a long way back for Mauricio Pochettino's Chelsea already in this match.
Wow, it's just too good from Liverpool, and it's too easy, really. I think there's a hint of offside here, John. I'm looking at the replay, and to me, it looks a fraction offside. We'll soon see. But nonetheless, the time and space that Trent Alexander-Arnold has here to get his head up, and we know he can pick a pass. I mean, he's one of the best at finding that pass, and he can just slide that ball. Levi Colwill is really struggling in that left side of three against Salah, because he's ending up 1v1 with Salah all the time and getting that balance, because Salah's pulling between him and Chilwell. It's knowing who the responsibility is, who's going to go with him, and he just times his run. And I think he's a little bit early here, John, and he could be offside.
Well, we've got the VAR screen in front of us here.
It's Disasi.
Second goal, possible offside.
Disasi looks the deepest, doesn't he?
He's past Colwell, but Disasi further over on the right-hand side of the Chelsea back line. He's a little further back.
Yeah, but I'm also looking at Colwell's right foot that's up in the air. That's quite deep, that foot. And if they take the measurement off that back stud of Levi Colwill...
it's offside. It's offside. The goal is ruled out. And you will hear the reaction very shortly. And once that appears on the screens that are hanging from the roof of the stand here, not got it yet. So people have heard. There we are, there's the rectangle in the air, and there's the reaction from Chelsea supporters. That's a relief, a reaction of relief. Salah's goal ruled out for offside, a tight one. And it's still Chelsea 0, Liverpool 1 only. And James now finds Sterling near the dead ball line. Sterling does well, wriggles free, and the ball across is put over his own crossbar by Alexander-Arnold for a corner. But excellent work from Chelsea, from James, from Sterling.
Well, it's that pair again, John. This is the threat. Sterling uses his body superbly well here, feels the contact, and he just backs in. The defender knows he can't push too hard, otherwise he'll go down for a penalty. Jackson just couldn't get across his defender.
This Chelsea corner is headed away by Konate from near the penalty spot. Back out to the right-hand side. Cross comes over, looking for Jackson, but that was headed away by Szoboszlai. Comes back in. A.Disasi scores! As it came back to him, the Frenchman, on his competitive debut for Chelsea, said thank you very much, and with his right foot managed to force it in, and Chelsea have the equaliser. A goal on his competitive debut for Chelsea from A.Disasi, and it's Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1.
Well, what a massive moment for him, both collectively and personally for Chelsea. It's a big goal, this. They're not looking that much of a goal threat, to be honest, and Liverpool really did feel they had this under control. It's a clearing header, but it's a really intelligent header back into the box. I think it's by Chilwell. It gets partially cleared away from Szoboszlai, and Chilwell just cleverly nods it in the air back to the middle of the 6-yard box line. And Disasi it's just stayed in there, John. He hasn't disappeared, he's just waited in that area, and he can just see that little gap the ball's going to drop. It's a scruffy finish, but he doesn't care. He just throws his leg at it and kind of just scuffs the ball over the line into the back of the net. You know, it's a set piece that Liverpool, I think, thought they'd dealt with, and they just couldn't deal with that little header back in from Chilwell.
Defensively, Matt, as a central defender, that's not a great goal, is it, to concede?
No, it's poor. It's that second phase, John. You win that first header, you have to tune into the second phase that the ball's going to come back in the box, and they just switched off Liverpool, and nobody took responsibility.
So Chelsea's first Premier League goal under the management of Mauricio Pochettino is scored by the French World Cup winner A.Disasi, and now they might get another as the ball's played through. Chilwell, round Alisson, it's in! It's a second for Chelsea. They've scored 2 goals in a little over 90 seconds to turn the match around, and Chelsea now lead Liverpool 2 goals to 1.
Wow, it's just unbelievable stuff. Liverpool players wandering around the pitch, looking at each other. Can't believe that moments ago they were 1-0 up. And now they're 2-1 down. And it's just such a simple goal, to be honest. There's not enough pressure on the ball. A hint of offside here. This is going to go to the wire, John. It looks offside.
It looks offside. Because it was played through Chilwell. I think it's just beyond the defenders.
Yeah.
Alexander-Arnold on the near side of him as we look.
Very similar to the one before with Salah, isn't it? Literally the same kind of margin, similar kind of run. It's Trent Alexander on this near side. Chilwell runs inside of him from the Chelsea left-back position as the ball gets slipped straight through between Van Dijk and Konate. Little straight pass with a diagonal run from Chilwell, but he's gone half a yard too early.
Well, with the naked eye, I'm more confident of this goal being ruled out than I was of the Salah goal ruled out.
You can see the cut of the grass, can't you?
Oh, it's offside. We've just seen they've indicated offside. This goal will be ruled out and it will remain 1-1. And any moment now we'll see the word being given to Anthony Taylor. Here's the rectangle. Yeah, groans, cheers from the Liverpool supporters. They've both had a goal ruled out for offside now in the match, and it remains Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1. It's been a busy half for the 5 Live correcting fluid. They'll both take an opening point from this.
I agree.
We'll see where they go from here. But still lots of questions about both Chelsea and Liverpool, I think, after this. Darwin Núñez has won the ball back, and Núñez is running free, and it's deflected! Oh, it's just wide of the dive to his left by Sanchez. That deflection could easily have caused it to drop into the Chelsea net, but it bounced and dropped just wide.
Well, that was a mindset from Darwin Núñez. I'm going to get the ball and I'm going to do something about this. He wins the ball back. He's shoulder to shoulder somebody to the floor, leaves them laying there, turns, and he just drives. He hits this shot. The deflection is an awful one from a perspective of Chelsea, because it very nearly loops over. Was it Disasi?
Yeah, Disasi just flicked off him.
Yeah, Sanchez wasn't going to get there
with the naked eye.
The far post.
With the naked eye, I thought that was dropping in.
Yeah,
but it's still Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1. 5 Live in the World Service. Here's the Liverpool corner. Sanchez comes. Well, that's an excellent catch.
Yeah.
That was a good Robert Sanchez moment.
Yeah, great claim.
And he underarms it out, and they're on the move. Jackson still going through the middle. Konate's trying to get there. He's found Mudryk. Mudryk's in.
Oh.
Alisson comes out. He goes round him. The angle's tight. Then back it comes. McAllister in with a challenge. And that was a good challenge on Maatsen, who it seemed was going to get there. But McAllister, what an important challenge that was. Back in his own penalty area. And that might have been the moment that won it for Chelsea. So 1-1, Chelsea 1, Liverpool 1, and it looks as though it might well be yet another draw between these sides. 0-0 in the last 4 in League and Cup. The ball from the goal kick, and that is it. That's your 5 minutes, says Anthony Taylor, and it is on as even. Yes, L.Diaz opening the scoring for Liverpool. A.Disasi equalising. Both goals in the first half. Both teams had goals disallowed for offside. And in the second half, even though Chelsea had more of it, it is a point apiece to begin the Premier League season for Chelsea and Liverpool. 1-1 the final score here at Stamford Bridge.